Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to The It Factor, blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Days.
SBTV Nation, it's the Dream in the House. Today is Friday, and we are here, and I'd like to say good morning to y'all. What's going on, Hat? What's happening, brother?
That is such a kick-ass opener, Dream.
That track
love
right
that
there
track.
is one of my all-time favorites. Did not get a lot of airplay on the radio. It is the Locks, if you guys are in case wondering. I do love everything the Locks and Jadakiss for the most part did. They got that underground, just straight up ride through suburban neighborhoods with your windows down and have white folks in shock.
Okay, are you popping that in your headphones when you're walking like right into the gym? Is that like the
Son,
first track?
I get that when my workout is going awful, I throw that track on and it just turns me up a whole nother notch.
Yeah, because that's definitely a big change from like Man in the Mirror by MJ.
Oh, shut up. Gang, I do want you to know something. You probably are under the impression, or you probably have some belief or credentials, something about black people always being late, okay? Because I know I've heard that thrown around here or there. Just so you know, that is not the case on the SBTV program.
No, it's your boy. It's me that was the late one. I have like
As a child when I grew up, my parents always told me about that and always were on my case. And now to this day, I'm always 5 to 10 minutes early at most of the things that I do. So
yeah, you
we
do a
can throw
pretty
that
good
adage
job.
out of the way.
You do a pretty good job at being early, Dream.
Yeah, I'm an early guy. It's that, and then plus, like I said, I used to work I used to work for a business that if you were 1 minute late, you got written up.
Got written up, huh?
Written up.
Oh, I
stayed there
like
for
that.
28 years.
I like that. Maybe I should do that with my workers.
No, I don't think so, player. Because
Why?
understand.
Why? No, you know what it is? You know what it is, Dream, is that, listen, I'm late because I had the domino effect of meetings all morning where, one guy was 10 minutes late, then the next guy was 5 minutes late, and it was the domino effect that trickled down to the show. But what I'm saying is that my guys, if they come in, 3 minutes after 7, 4 minutes after 7 with a sandwich in their hand and something like that, by the time they get going, it's like 7:15. So add that up, times 9.
Pat, you murdering the guy. You only pay him like $5 an hour.
So what?
You pay him $5 an hour to throw up one of my parlays. Be like, Dream said take the Sharks tonight.
Man.
I worked in a union job, Hat. So while I you got written up if you were late, you were able to be late 5 times in a year. Also, then you could play around with sick time. Trust me, you don't want to try to do it like how, because believe me, the job I used to do, we used to really
I'm sure you used to, bend the rules a touch.
manipulate the whole work schedule.
Good morning to everybody. Happy Friday to you. We are the SBTV Nation. It is the 3rd of February, and we are ready. It's Super Bowl weekend, Dream. And I heard that it's live in Houston right now.
I hear that Houston's off the hook, but I also have heard that these Super Bowl tickets this year are a lot cheaper than last year's by 17%.
Really?
Yeah, by 17%. Super Bowl tickets are cheaper than last year. Guys, I mean, you think about it, and I said it before, the NFL just, and this is another reason why I'm going to go back to why I don't think sports is fixed. The NFL desperately would have loved to have a Dallas Patriots Super Bowl.
Of course they would have.
Dallas Patriots Super Bowl or Dallas Steelers Super Bowl, dude, tickets would have been through the roof. Viewing would have been through the roof. This is why, once again, like I always said, it's not, I don't believe that it's fixed, because if it was, they would have made that pop up. Just think about, right now, Westgate is reporting that, not Westgate, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me just get my information up here. There are predicted to attract 4.7 billion bets.
Wow. 4.7
billion, okay? And this is what I love. 4.7 bets a billion on the Super Bowl, right? Yet Vegas doesn't care about sports betting. I have still never been able to understand and accept that mentality, because in one side you're crying broke, or you're crying that you topped out. You want a football team in your city or your state. Meanwhile, there's all this money in sports wagering, but you're saying you're not really you're not feeling it. That's like the guy that says that he's broke and needs a job, or is hungry, and McDonald's offers you a job. Well, I'm not going to take the job at McDonald's. Or the guy that's hungry, you offer him, okay, well, instead of $5, here's a sandwich. Oh, no, I don't want the sandwich. Oh, okay, well, then you're not hungry then.
I think it... That's a really good analogy there, Dream. No, I think you're misunderstanding it. I don't think that they don't care about the sports betting. It's just that it's not a huge moneymaker for them. That's the thing.
But how could it not be? I mean,
because
whether it's huge or not, it makes money.
It's because ultimately they want equal action on both sides. So they want the VIG, which the VIG is 10%. So if you get $1 million one way, $1 million the other way, they make it $100,000, which is nothing to what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like the poker room.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Where they're taking a rake. So I mean, I think it's a moneymaker. But I think it's more of a service to them, because they're really banging people on the tables. That's where it's at, Dream.
I get it, but my thing is, you know me, cash moves everything. Listen, why am I gonna? If it's an element to make money, why am I going to? I'm not gonna discredit one moneymaker over another maker. I want it all. I'm going to embrace all the money. So what I'm getting at is, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to play sports in Vegas as opposed to table games and whatever other things, you're not comped the same way appropriately. Okay?
No, of course not.
I feel that's an injustice, because I could go and lose. Like for me personally, I don't really like playing table games as much as I like betting sports. I'm going to bet more money on sports than I would bet on table games. So as far as I'm concerned, I should get comped just as much for my sports wagers as I would have gotten comped if I spent that at the table. If I go to Vegas and spend $20 grand on the tables, my comp is way different than if I put a $20 grand bet in on, let's say, the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, but what you're not understanding, what you're missing is that they're attempting to get equal action on both sides, so they get 10%. So you're just making up part of that side of the bet. Like if you take the Patriots,
I do understand.
In essence, what it is that they're making a lot more money on the tables, and Dream, on the tables, you're making it so much faster. I mean, you remember that night where I lost $1,000 in like 5 minutes on the roulette table, right? I'm not doing that.
Dude, I 100%. No, I 100% know that. I know that 100 without a doubt. I agree with you. But all I'm saying is, it's almost like they just give you you get crapped on if you're betting sports.
You should you know what? I'm with you on that. I mean, if you can help them out, and like, let's say they have 100,000 too heavy on one side, and you come in and pound the other side, and you're helping them out, yeah, you should probably get some more perks. I agree with you, because you don't even get comped rooms or nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's like you got, and just like I said, you and I talked about it before. We would love to open up our own mega sports hotel, sports themed hotel. Hat and I talked about this, just sitting around, drinking and smoking cigars, whatever, having a pipe dream. But anyway, we talked about this place I went to open up called the Sports Dominator or something like that, where it would just be a dope sports themed place, where the waitresses would all have like referee outfits on, and it just would be it would embrace the sports bet gambler as opposed to as opposed to table games and slots. Because me, I just can't. The slots to me are to me, and I know that's the moneymaker. But that is to me. There's don't even come near me with.
I know. I know people that do high limit slots and stuff like that, and they have like all these comps and stuff like that. Frankie Vinculato, good morning to you. He's saying Nevada Casino 2016 winnings. Blackjack 1.1 billion, craps 3.84 million, and roulette $3.51.1 million. Interesting.
No doubt.
I wonder what
Very
the sports betting
and
is.
Penny slots. 3 point.
Crazy. Yeah. I
look at the billions with penny slots.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, you know what? Hey, Dream, you know what? If we want to do the sports casino,
yes,
should hit the white man up. See what Trump has to say about it. Let's see.
I got more rhetoric on him yesterday.
You know what? Yeah, right. You know what? I bet you if we open up a sports, if he opened up a sports casino and we were the host of it, you know what would happen? The liberals and the Democrats would be outside rioting and saying, "Oh, you know what? Oh, you don't. Well, you don't have any. You're showcasing women and as waitresses, and that's sexist and blah 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 blah." I'm sure they would find all kinds of garbage.
The dream is sexist, right? And I'm a splash racist, but I'm racist just for being funny. I'm gonna point out messed up stuff about every race. Okay, that's how I'm racist. Trust me.
The dream is racist.
Like if I ever run for president, all of that will be accurate about me. I'll be up there fronting, acting like I'm not racist and I'm not sexist, and y'all know it's a lie.
That is real talk right there, man. That is
right
hilarious.
There is real. I'm all of that.
Well, you're not. You're not really racist though, because you love white girls. So
no, I'm not. I said I'm not racist. Stop it. And you love black women, so whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not racist in that way. I'm racist in regards that I make fun of. I know I speak the real about all races, and I make fun of it, and I find great humor in it, and I think it's refreshing. I think sometimes we have to embrace that because there's some truth in what we talk about, and I just think it's funny to embrace. And
of course it is.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and you know what? Anybody that's sensitive, you know what? I guess you could just turn the channel and listen somewhere else. But you know what I'm saying? Because we have a good time. And nobody really breaks our chops about our little rhetoric we got going back and forth during. So
no doubt. And the thing is, you know what else I want to talk about too? Since Vegas, but Vegas doesn't really care about sports bets, but Vegas sure cared about other states getting it.
Oh yeah, they did. Right on. I mean, just the attraction alone of all the people coming in for the Super Bowl, for March Madness, it's just such a really good thing. And even boxing. When boxing was in its heyday, I mean, people were going in and now, with the UFC, I think they're making some good money with that, having that showcased in Las Vegas and all that. So,
they
hey,
are too, so.
It is what it is, Dream. So it is Friday.
Up the VIG.
What's up?
They could up the VIG.
Yeah, right. Make 15%. I would still bet.
No, everybody would. I mean, I how people don't pay that. Well, I don't really pay no attention. I know some of you guys pay that.
So, speaking of sports betting, guys, let's have a conversation about the Super Bowl real quick. As you know, we're going to be doing our big show on Sunday. I can't wait to get myself, you, and the Evil Genius to have a conversation about it, Dream. And I already know where the Evil Genius is going.
I already got 2 guests booked.
And you got 2 guests booked as well.
So we got 2 guests coming on. I'm not telling y'all who it is. We're going to do the cliffhanger.
All right. All right. Fantastic. And it's going to be a really big show. And I'm
Trump to call.
You're going to get Trump to call in?
I'm trying. He might respond, which is what I kind of love. I hit him up on Twitter.
You know what? I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I know you guys, a lot of people hate him and stuff like that. But you know what? When he's saying his stuff about Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's kind of funny. You got to admit it. It is. He opened up a little prayer group or something yesterday with a joke about it that we all have to pray for him and his ratings. The Apprentice. You know what? Hey, dude, listen. You know what? Whatever. We're not going to get into politics. I think we beat that to death yesterday.
The only thing I am going to say about politics, though, is when it comes to terrorism, though.
Yeah, right.
The U.S. is at a disadvantage because we just don't have the same work ethic.
Yeah.
Them guys will kill themselves for your thing.
Yeah,
Americans aren't doing that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I am not killing myself for this country.
Yeah, it's you know what, Dream.
So the work ethic is not there. So just be careful with who you poke and prod. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
right, exactly. Because you never know. I mean, you never know. You know who's going to come at you. That's why I said. I mean, it's a really crappy subject, but I mean,
it is a
you know, I'm always looking over my shoulder.
I don't want to get into it today.
Yeah.
Thought too much about it yesterday. But listen, we'll talk about Tiger Woods for a minute.
Oh, your boy. Yeah, he's not doing too well, is he?
Guys, listen, I'm sorry. You know, I know the dude is still young. I get that. I mean, he's still young, especially at golf. I mean, these guys that play golf. Arnold Palmer played golf when he's, I don't know, 100?
Yeah, right.
But, I mean, you can play golf for a very long time. I'm obviously being funny about 100. But you can play golf for a very long time. And I know that Tiger Woods is still young. But the issue is, I don't think Tiger Woods will ever be what we saw out of Tiger Woods. And I don't really know what it is. And I'm sorry, I'm just not buying it's a physical thing.
No,
I don't believe it's a
I'm with you
physicality at
too.
all.
You know what? You touched on it yesterday or the day before, whatever it was, but I think it was yesterday. But ever since the antics with all the women and the wife divorcing him and all that, ever since then, Dream, he hasn't been the same.
And I don't want to go deep into my divorce, obviously, because it's my business, and even though it's hilarious, there's a very dark side to it. Like there is with any divorce. I don't know if you guys have ever been through one. If you have, listen, if you want to wish something bad on someone, just wish that, because unless you got a lot of money, which he did have, so I don't know. You know, it's bizarre because he did have a lot of money, you know, and you know, Chris Rock makes the joke, and I love this joke because it's so true. When you got $100 million and your wife leaves, you have to give her $50 million. That's cool. But when you got $50,000 and your wife leaves you, you now have an issue. You're in a dark place.
Yeah, right.
But Tiger Woods, you know, but the flip side to that and the other point to that is mentally, you know, you have your children involved in it. You have your time with your spouse, your significant other, the years that you've put into it and what you've done with it. When it all blows up, it becomes a mess. And trying to pick yourself up and get yourself back together, it's a rough thing. And I don't feel that Tiger Woods has ever done it. And it may not be capable to get back on track again. For him, I think his best move would have been to just get out of the game, retire, and just stay out of it for, I don't know, maybe, you know, in his case, I don't know. How long ago was the divorce? Do you remember?
Oh, wow. That had to be 10 years ago, right?
Seems like I wouldn't go 10. I'll go 5. I'm saying about 5. You think it's more than 5?
It's more than that. Man, I'll meet you in the middle, maybe 7, you know, something like
Okay,
that.
I don't think it was 10, but I mean, in his case, I think maybe he needed to just get out of the scene for maybe 10 to 12 years and then try a small comeback on the small circuit. Just leave the big, just forget about the big thing.
Well,
you know, if you love golf and you want to do golf, I mean, Lord knows he's got enough money.
Yeah, well, he set the bar. That's the thing. You know, he set the bar with such a impressive. I mean, he was just mowing through cats. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, you know, I mean, now that he's just, I mean, he's having some really, really bad outings out there, Dream. So
it's just that he destroys legacy right now with each
I
major.
I agree.
I agree. It's just like everybody's going to say, yeah, remember when he was dope, and then now he's not.
Right, exactly.
Now he's awful.
Right. So, I don't know, man. We'll see how it all shakes out. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I think since the divorce, he hasn't been the same. And, you know, they've been calling a lot of injuries and stuff, but, you know, like you said, he may just have to kind of chill for a little bit, stay out of the spotlight. So, I mean, and he's had some breaks. You know, it just, maybe he's just, that's got to weigh on your psyche, too, when you're performing that bad. You know, it's got to be tough. So, moving on, Dream.
June 30th, 2010. So that would be 7 years. Player.
Oh, so I met you in the middle of 7. So we're both wrong.
Yep.
All right. But I got a chance to look at the Arizona Wildcats last night.
Yes.
I was about to blow up your spot in the first half because they were actually down to the Beavers. And I'm like, what does he see in this team? Then they went bananas in the second half. They went. I mean, I think they outscored them like 28-7, and they called a timeout. The Oregon State Beavers. They looked good in the second half. Dream. I got to give it. The thing is that don't they feel like one of them teams that's like dope and then gets an early exit out of the tourney? You have that feeling about them?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
understand, on the road in Oregon State, you know, a little bit sidetracked. They're probably not as much focus. Plus, I think the coaching staff was trying to do a few things with them last night, test on a few things, you know, just to get them going, because they didn't run their prototypical offense in the beginning of that game.
Okay.
In the second half, they went back into, as you noticed, they went more to the post.
Yeah, right.
And they weren't doing that in the first half, which I thought was problematic for them. And then they pulled it together against Oregon State. So they made a couple adjustments. Mind you, Pat, a lot of coaches and a lot of coaching staffs right now are trying some different things out to get themselves a feel for, you know, what they want to try to run, you know, moving forward, and looking at probably their tournaments and the NCAA tournament as well. I don't think Arizona ever felt really in question of Oregon State. And I think it's smart for Arizona to test out as many things as they can, because once you get out, all teams should do this. Reason being is, once you get out of your tournament, this is like, you know, the NCAA tournament is like the Kumite. Remember Bloodsport? It's like all of a sudden you get to play against a team whose style you've never played against.
Yeah.
And what you prototypically do may not work. So you're going to have to change your style and change some things. So this is a great time to test that, because you're not going to see gameplay in the big tournament. You could get matched up with, you know, I don't know, Oklahoma State or a Mercer Madness or somebody, which you're like, well, I don't, like, what are they doing?
Yeah, right.
You know
I mean, you ever seen the zone before, or, you know, whatever.
Right.
It's the same thing with the bowls in collegiate football. It's the same
No
thing.
doubt.
You know, where you all of a sudden you're playing a spread offense and you're used to like a you know, an I formation, seeing it in like, yeah, you know, like just a run heavy offense, you know, from week in and week out, or you're seeing like a triple option, or you're seeing something that you're just not accustomed to. So I completely understand and get what you're saying. Dream, surprisingly, the Oregon Ducks escaped.
Ooh. Oh my God, son. Arizona State played the game of their life. They were hitting, dude, they were shooting the lights out.
Wow, man.
Everything
won
they
by
shot
1
up
point.
was going in. I see BYU. BYU only beat, Gonzaga only beat BYU by 10 points.
Yeah, but it was still in BYU, so it's pretty
number
impressive.
one team in the country.
Number one team in the country, brother.
No way.
Wait till they go to Mount St. Mary's. Then we'll see what ends up going down there. Because, hey, St. Mizzles is 20-2, brother.
They should just come and play Yale. Same thing.
Yeah, right. What do you think? What do you think of this Florida team, Dream?
No, Florida. Now, don't get crazy about them.
Okay.
Because while they look pretty good, and I did see them yesterday, and I wanted to mention them, but I didn't. Florida got punched in the face like 2 weeks ago. I can't remember who they lost to. They lost from Vanderbilt. Florida got beat by Vanderbilt like 2 Saturdays ago, which was ridiculous. Florida was at home giving Vandy like 17 or 14 and gets beat by Vanderbilt on the court, which was a bad loss. Florida does at times have lapses in their offense. I don't like their outside shooting as well either. Cute team. I don't think they're going far though.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I don't think they're going far in the tournament. I don't.
Who do you think could be a surprise this year?
I told you, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, huh? That's your squad.
Cincinnati's my dark horse. Yes, it is.
Yeah, the thing is
I
that
just worry about Cincinnati because of that conference, and that conference has not fared well going into the tournament.
Understood, Dream. Well, it was nice watching a little college hoop last night.
Big shout out to Urban. Michigan State gets it done. I didn't like that game. I told you, Michigan State on the road just doesn't do it for me. They're a young team. I know Izzo's a great coach, and we know the Michigan State product that usually goes out is a good product, but I don't really like the product this year. I don't like the kids this year. So, I mean, I like the kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the way they play basketball is what I'm saying. And I don't think this team's going anywhere, Michigan State. And they'll probably make the tournament because they're Michigan State. We do know that, most likely, I think. And but big shout out to Urban. Urban called Michigan State. It was a win. They beat Nebraska. Nebraska's not good this year either, though, but good win by them.
Well, they haven't. I mean, they've been just kind of that middle of the road team for several years now.
Nebraska?
Yes.
I think Nebraska's just, but not even middle of the road this year. They're like just dusty.
Yeah, right. So, guys, I just want to bring up the NBA. And
hold on, Hat. Before we bring up the NBA,
okay.
Who ended up winning the wrestling thing?
Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble.
Was that who you predicted?
No, I you know what? As a matter of fact, dude, it's guys. I just, you know what? Here, there's some money to be made here. I'm going to tell you why. The books, Dream. So the books and I forget, somebody was going back and forth with me on Twitter and the DMs about this, and I'm going to find you, and we're going to talk about it real quick. I think it was, who the hell was it? Somebody. We were going back and forth about the wrestling odds. And what ended up happening was that Randy Orton was like a 7-1 shot and quickly changed to like a 2-1 shot. So there had to be like a leak out of the locker room or something like that he was going to win it. He ended up being like a minus 120, like a favorite to win out of 30 guys. So it's almost like somebody leaked it and got it to the books. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was it Riley Holmes? Yeah, Riley Holmes hit me up with that, and he was all over that. And congratulations to you. But that was a really, really stellar call on his part. You got to watch that, Dream, because sometimes as soon as these odds start flipping in one way, there might be a leak in the locker room.
Hat, don't worry about me, Blair. I'll be good because I don't bet.
I'm betting WrestleMania.
What?
I'm going to be betting on WrestleMania, that's for sure.
you are.
And I'm gonna give it out right now. Brock Lesnar will beat Goldberg. He's been embarrassed twice by him now. The third time, he will beat him. So I'm taking that bet. All right.
Taking the WrestleMania bets. If y'all want to get down, get with them. Let them know what's going on. Did you return the WWE packages you sold for Sunday's event? Just so you know, Hat's son is Captain.
No, I'm going to give everybody a free WrestleMania package now since I lost.
Yeah, oh, that's right. You lost. You lost that. So he's going to upgrade you to the VIP.
Yeah, but
winner's circle now.
So for double the money, I'm going to upgrade you to my deluxe package, WWE WrestleMania.
Because that's what you should have took anyway, was his deluxe package.
Because that one picked Randy Orton.
The deluxe package blew up.
Yeah, the deluxe package was off the charts. It was like 80%. But the package that I sold to everybody else did not hit. So, whatever.
Capper tricks. Let's go.
Oh, anyway, Dream. So, real quick, NBA. I did see the Philadelphia 76ers giving the San Antonio Spurs a little bit of a hard time in the first half. I did notice that, but the Spurs ended up pulling away and won by 16 points and covered their spread.
That was my 5-star, by the way, yesterday.
Well, they covered the spread, Dream.
No doubt.
So there you go there. And the Atlanta Hawks go into Houston and win.
Atlanta Hawks go into Houston and win.
Your boy home.
Got booed.
Yeah.
Your boy Dwight got booed because they'd rather see him in a movie or something.
Yeah, right.
And
exactly.
he'd rather be in a movie. By the way, he's been sitting out again doing his usual. That was like his return game from some dusty injury he supposedly has.
23 rebounds, Dream. 24 points, 23 rebounds.
Well, that's because Houston plays no defense.
They play zero defense.
If Harden misses, Harden basically shoots, everybody runs next to the back and into the court.
Yep, exactly. And then the Golden State Warriors, thank you for pulling me off the Clippers.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep, no problem.
Actually, that got cleaned up in the end because it was I saw they were getting murdered in the third quarter.
Really?
In the third quarter, let me go look at the box score because in the third quarter, I think they were up like 20.
Well, they were up, 11 in the first. Then they were up 16 at the end of the third.
That's what I'm saying, up 16. So they ended up only winning by 13, but it was good. And by the way, supposedly they were chanting Warriors in the Staples Center.
Really?
Yeah, they were getting chants in the Staples Center of Warriors towards the end of the game. Listen, Warriors look great, and I love the way they look. I talked about it yesterday. Coming out the gate, looking undefeated, unbeatable. Guess what? I'm not gonna go crazy still.
We know, because when you face that defensively sound team, let's see if you can rain threes like that.
No doubt. And not only that, just slowing down the tempo. A lot of things change in the playoffs than regular season. It's a different type of basketball. Do not forget that, gang.
Best sign in the arena out of 52,000 people at the WWE Royal Rumble said the Golden State Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. Guy was right in the front row with it. It was hilarious. And everybody was tweeting about it. Everybody thought it was hilarious. Great sign. Great sign. Just a little reminder. That's funny. So there were some other things. There was stuff about John Cena likes homemade tacos or something. Just dumb stuff all over the place, man. So
makes it fun.
Yeah,
gang, listen, one more time. I'm going to send out this one more reminder. Offensively sound teams tend to struggle with the 2-week layoff from the Super Bowl.
Offensive team.
Forget that.
Got
The
it.
offensive team, which I'm talking about the Atlanta Falcons, tend to struggle with the 2-week break, and especially more in a Belichick. I mean, it's a Belichick team, and it's Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Belichick's offense is not going to. I mean, they're going to do what they do.
Yeah.
They're going to struggle the way they struggle.
Here's the issue with them. You don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
That's the thing. They don't have just. They're not a one-dimensional team.
They're not. Not by any means.
This team can
Only
beat you
because they
so
don't.
many different ways.
And I don't necessarily think that that's by design, but they just don't have. To me, they don't have that consistent with Gronk out. There's not that consistent one dimension that they can rely on.
I don't know, Dream, because even when he was around, even when Gronk was in there, obviously he threw to Gronk a lot, but he was getting Bennett in the mix.
No,
I'm
saying they're always going to get other people in the mix, but other teams, Julio Jones, okay, is your guy in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, he's banged up. I don't know if you know that.
You have teams that have that's always their dimension, okay? For the Patriots, I don't think outside of Gronkowski, they don't have that guy that they just rely on day in and day out. You know what I mean?
Dream, Patriots to win the first half is -130.
Yep.
That is a great prop right there. I like
Patriots to win the first half. I don't like it.
You just said that you
I
thought.
don't like betting the first half.
Okay.
I know I said that. I don't like betting the first half, though.
All right. Got it.
Because my reason is, and I've said this, I don't like betting the first half in any sport because you have no idea how it's coming out. I like this. My bet wagers are mostly in the second half after I've seen a first half of gameplay to get a feel. And most of the time, it's a team total or a total wager is what I like in the second half. And we haven't talked about that at all. Maybe we'll get into a little bit of it tomorrow. I do like betting second half games, basketball and football. I do like team totals or the total for the second half. Team totals, to me, are the way to go in the second half because I think you can see or you can tell what success the team is having and what success they're not having. And then usually that total will be, they'll give you like a 13.5 or a 10.5, and you could say, yeah, they're going to get 2 touchdowns or they're not.
There are so many props.
Go ahead.
So many props here. So many props.
There's 400. Okay, just so you know, Westgate has 400 prop bets.
Perfect.
For the Super Bowl. 400.
Junkies Paradise. You can even bet like defensive players that do stuff, and there's players on here that barely get any touches that have, props. Like if they'll even get a touch or not. I mean, it's kind of crazy what they got going on.
And
here.
we'll all hear about the story that the guy who put $1 on there being, I don't know, a tornado at the game. And it happens, and he won $1 million. There'll always be that guy, that one prop. Remember last year, wasn't it one year like there was, will it be a safe? Oh, the year Peyton played Seattle, somebody bet on that safety, and they got it the first play of the game.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, I'm going to probably bet, like, do the squares and stuff like that.
Squares are fun. I want in on the squares wherever you find them.
Okay, I think J. Roos has them.
That's what I'm saying. Jay was probably doing it. Yeah, get me. I want in on the squares. If he's still got to be heartbroken, he's probably got a Dallas Cowboys square.
With a crying Jordan on it.
Crying Jordan on it. I'm gonna murder him. He's gonna hate seeing. I'll probably get thrown out of the venue because he's gonna hate seeing me.
I love that. And then they got all these cross sports props, like the Nets points -9.5 points plus rushing yards. Like I don't even understand some of these, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy what they got going on as far as Sunday is concerned. But Super Bowl should be fun. I know a lot of people are out there partying. I heard that the many football players were at the strip clubs last night, Dream. I heard the strip clubs were off the meter in Houston. So, you know what? I'm sure they had a hell of a good time. And we didn't read about anybody being in trouble. So, good for them. So
I just want to tell you that the strip clubs in Houston still have absolutely nothing on the ones in Costa Rica.
You are 100% right there, brother. All right. So let's get right into what we got going on tonight, man. So let's see. It is Friday. So it's a big night for the NBA.
I got bad news for you about tonight.
Oh, there's nothing.
I don't like anything.
Really?
I'm sorry. I mean, I looked in here, and I mean, I could throw something together for you. But I don't like to do
I gotta
that.
play.
There's not much in here that I like.
I gotta play. I really like. I got a little bit of a revenge game here, Dream.
What do you got?
I got the OK City Thunder hosting the booty Memphis Grizzlies.
The booty Memphis Grizzlies, who are 30-21, but they're booty.
14-12 on the road.
Memphis Grizzlies are
winners
booty.
of 3 straight. OKC has lost 3 straight. OKC is obviously without Dumb Cantor with his broken arm, but
Which is an issue.
Is an issue. But they've lost 3 straight, and they're playing home, and they're giving 1.5. And Dream, I'm feeling the OKC Thunder tonight. I think they're going to get it done. You know how I feel about this Grizzlies team. And I think they're kind of feeling themselves a little bit, but I think OKC is desperate for a win, and they have to get it done. And I would expect a massive game out of Westbrook tonight. You know what it is? Memphis, they just don't have enough shooters for me. I just don't see it with them. But they go in and they play scrappy basketball, you know?
Memphis Grizzlies are one of the ugliest teams ever. And if anybody can physical up Russell Westbrook, it's the nasty Grizzlies. That's a bad spot.
I'm getting
OKC
tonight, and I think I'm going to leave it open with my Super Bowl play.
Sports Bettors TV, that right there is the Tums game of the evening.
That is Tums.
That play comes with a free bottle of Tums.
Yes, exactly. What about... Just going to pull it up here real quick because there was something else. Any interest in the Toronto Raptors, Dream?
No, I don't have an interest in them on the road. I don't.
Not on the road, right?
Nope.
No, they are going into Orlando tonight. Going to play the Orlando Magic, and they are giving 3.5 points. That's a nasty number.
Raptors are 13-11 on the road. I don't love the Orlando Magic. I don't think they're a great team either. They're pathetic at home, 8-16. I'll give you that with the Magic. I mean the Raptors shoot. I just don't like.
I don't blame you.
I don't like it.
My play is the OK City Thunder tonight.
I slightly like, but the Celtics love to not cover the spread. By the way, the Celtics don't like to cover spreads.
Right. And they're playing the Lake Show tonight. Yep.
They got Lake Show tonight. I mean, I like the Celtics, but the Celtics don't like covering the spread. So, and I'm not money lining 11.5, so I'm just not messing with them.
Okay.
I don't like none of the NBA. None of it.
All right. What about the ice?
No better.
No better.
Tonight is a Michelob night.
Michelob night.
Tonight's a Grey Goose and soda night. All right. It is definitely not a night for gameplay. I mean, I did look at the hockey and I felt bad because I looked at all this stuff before, but I didn't like much of it. You know, I mean, the Blue Jackets and the Penguins is going to be a tough game. Great game to watch, but tough game. Don't bet on it. You know, Edmonton is a good team, but they're on the road. That Hurricanes team can be up and down and very tricky. This is not a spot to bet against the Devils because the Flames are they're inconsistent, and I don't love the Flames. I hate the Devils, so I can't go there. The Red Wings, at home, the Islanders can't figure them out. I hate it. I got no hockey for you tonight.
That's fine. And you don't need to. You don't need to gamble every single night of the week.
No, I got nothing tonight, gang.
Especially with the big game coming Sunday, kid. Who the hell wants to do that?
Big game's coming Sunday, yes. Save it up. Yeah, save it up. I mean, you guys, there's a plethora of college basketball on tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So we'll murder college basketball tomorrow and make a mess of it. You got some hockey coming back. Plus, last night, speaking of hockey, the Canadians fell short on us last night, gang. I mean, I don't know what happened with the Canadians. They should have played better than that. Actually, Philadelphia out-physical the Canadians last night, which I didn't see happening. Thank God the San Jose Sharks are just as dope can be.
Why don't you get them and Arizona to win their respective championships?
San Jose Sharks, man, I cannot talk to you enough about how dope this team is. And the Blackhawks get it done against Coyotes. So, hey, we still had a good night on the ice, but yeah. I did want to sweep the board. I don't know why the Canadians lost to the Flyers. That I don't understand. That shouldn't have happened last night.
Yeah, I didn't like that game.
it just some things do happen. Coming up on Saturday, I mean, we get the Sharks versus Coyotes, which looks great. Canadians playing the Caps. Forget that. Yeah, coming up on Saturday, we just got the Sharks. Oh, and Columbus gets the Devils again. Columbus murders the Devils. So we got some nice spots coming up on Saturday for NHL. Listen, tonight's a night off, gang. That's where it's at tonight.
That's where it's at, man. So it's all good, Dream. So we'll keep it moving, and we'll get the doctor on tomorrow and have a conversation about college hoop.
The doc will be on tomorrow. We'll get a conversation about college hoop. Gang, we're going to get out of here. I want everybody, if you go out tonight, definitely take it easy, be safe, don't screw things up. Get your stuff ready for your Super Bowl party. Get it now. Don't wait till the last minute. A lot of good things you could do. Hang out with your fam. Do what you got to do. Kick it with your kids a little bit. I don't know, whatever you do, but have some fun. Do something. I mean, give gambling a break. Unless you like something. If you like it, it's your money.
Yeah.
Feel free to go get it.
Yeah, well, OKC is on my radar tonight.
OK Sizzle's on the kid.
Don't bet it because I don't want to.
No, I'm not.
I don't want you jinxing my play.
Listen, if I had to bet one game in the NBA, the only one that I would slightly take a look at is the Rockets to bounce back against the Bulls, but I don't like that either. Because I can't figure out what the Bulls are doing, if they're over their internal fighting or if they're back. And I know the Rockets lost last night, so whatever. Okay, so I want to thank everybody that's retweeted the show. Terrence Mack, Mario Martinez, Sam Thompson, Bud Cheddar, Shane White is out there, White Ted, Pete for Prez is in the house, my man Urban, Benjamin Rowe, Cash Action Bets, Andy Jones, OJFB, where are you? Haven't seen you in a minute. Got to send a shout out to you. I need to DM him up because I haven't seen my brother in a minute. So send a shout out to him. Rick Lopez out there in the house. Vegas Girl 92661 always helping us out. So many others. Let me think. Who else? Because I get. Let me just go over to the DM side real quick. Killer Cam 505. He loves our presidential talk, but he wants to go toe-to-toe with you, put on some boxing gloves.
I had a conversation with him on a DM the other night. We had a good conversation.
Yeah, he's all over your stuff. All over your stuff. But we love the passion. Guys, gang, this is America, and the one great thing about this country is we can all disagree with each other, but we can do it in a gentlemanly fashion.
We can, but you know what? There are some idiots out there rioting, which is ridiculous.
I'm talking about us in our house, in our community. The rest of the world is crazy. You're going to do what you're going to do. You got to let them do their thing. Rick Lopez in the house. Terrence Mack, I mentioned. Jonesy's out there. The lovely Pamela Michelle De Niro. Jim Rome is a douche. Tiger Clinch will be giving us some MMA. Joseph Del Rosario. Sir Mata. Sin City Maverick. Shy Picks. Caveman. Jackie. Buster Carr. Winning Picks. BT. SD Brian. Scott Weather. Southern Shark. Jay Gotts, Wayne Yarborough, and Papa Smurf, just to name a few. Gang, I'm the Dream. Always remember who you're with. Make the most of each and every day because you cannot get this time back.
All right, Dream, and congratulations to anybody that is joining the Wing Bowl today. That's in Philadelphia, the Wing Bowl. I guess you got to sit there and eat all kinds of wings, and they do it in this big arena. It looks kind of cool. So, hey, good luck to you guys. That's all I got to say about that. Guys, we love you to death. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back on air tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the doctor, and we'll be going through everything. We love you to death. Go out there, grab the world by the balls, and do whatever it is you got to do whatever it is that you want to do in life and get that money. Let's go.
Peace.